Okay, well, anyway, Nickelodeon, it's time to let it go because they have not done the show justice at all. At all. After the Mega Force, it was the Messenger, it was that last episode of that. You notice they stopped promoting Power Rangers like as nearly as a whole. I mean, they did it in 14, make it look good, and then it just vanished. Dino Charge, Ninja Steel, Beast Morphers, they don't care anymore. And how many years is that? If you think about it, because 2 seasons, it was a year now. So you have 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 8 years of missed promotion. That's a long time. And I know people are going to complain about Netflix and why Netflix is it's just so not a good place to have the Power Rangers. I don't know what you're talking about, but Netflix is a very good place because I don't know. How did you watching The Mandalorian? The Mandalorian is not on television. I mean, Disney could put The Mandalorian on the regular Disney Channel or Disney XD because they can still, they own all that. I mean, they did that with Secrets in the Sulfur. Secrets at Sulfur Spring. You know what I'm talking. If you've seen the show, you know what I'm talking about. This is a tongue twister. Secrets at Sulfur Spring. That came on Disney Channel and is now on Disney Plus. And you can mix, match, and all that stuff and do whatever. The Mandalorian, you had the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's on Disney Plus. And every time Power Rangers trying to get on the move, everybody tripping. And Netflix did remove a lot of Power Rangers, and everybody got so comfortable because my Power Rangers is gone. Go to Amazon. I mean, yeah, you might have to buy it. People sit up there talking about, well, I don't want to buy it, Power Rangers for $1. I mean, you own it at that point. You don't have to worry about it ever being taken away from you unless, they decided to take them off Amazon Prime, which I doubt it, but you paying for it, and I think Hasbro want to melt the money, and I heard they'll also go on to YouTube, the Power Rangers, some of the Power Rangers shows go on to YouTube and all that stuff like that. But I think Power Rangers going to Netflix is probably one of the best decisions ever. And I'm talking about the new because now they could take the handcuffs off. Now I'm not saying that they're going to take all the handcuffs off, and they're going to be still handcuffed to a chair. But I hope they can get to do some stuff that they couldn't do on Nickelodeon. Maybe it could be a little bit more action. Somebody had said something really retarded to me. It was on YouTube. It was on YouTube. It was I made a comment because we get a whole bunch of retarded comments, and I know a lot of my people who listening to me been through this because we all have like minds. I have noticed that, and we don't always agree to each other, but we don't always disagree. But we always have that mutual respect. So my listeners do know this. I had said, hey, why don't they make like the theme songs like Mighty Morphin, like they did with the Mighty Morphin, the Green Ranger, and then you had the Gold Ranger, and then you had Lord Zed original theme. They had their own thing when they come out. Well, I remember saying it on here on my, not on my channel, but on this YouTube channel on the Gold Ranger. I think he disabled the comment, so you probably won't be able to see it. And this guy came to me, or a girl, whoever it was, probably was a kid, I don't know. And I think he wasn't a kid though. I think he was probably around my age, a little younger. And he said, well, they don't do the themes. They cut the themes down because they can focus more on the drama. Wait, what? I'm saying, I don't know if you just got into Power Rangers probably back in 2011 or not, or RPM or the Disney era, because that don't make any sense because the original themes never did disrupt the drama. Isn't that kind of funny that this idiot said this? Like, what I'm trying to say is the fact that you have a show with a long intro and then had a pretty, I'm not gonna say it was super long, but you had to really go through the roll calls, and they used to have all the fast Megazords doing their little fancy stuff, and then the Rangers flipping and going on, and all this cool little flashing and glittery stuff. And then on this guy had the nerve to said he is not going to go back on what he said. I didn't even comment him back. I just read it. And I'm thinking to myself, I've been watching Power Rangers since I was 4.5, 5 years old. It never, the original theme or the themes like Go Ranger, you know that theme, because that's what the video was about. And then you had the Green Ranger theme, just hum it to yourself or whatnot. And I said, how did that ever took away from the drama? And how would taking that out affect the drama? I actually think Power Rangers now has less drama, and I'm not trying to kick Dino Fury. I actually think they got it back, or Dino Beast Morphers, or Dino Charge. But it seemed like they used to be able to take their helmet off. And remember back when, I don't know how they did it. They did it. It was 24, probably 25 minutes. I think that's how long Power Rangers really were back then. I think they're a little shorter now. But they was 17 minutes. Used to be able to get everything they needed to say out. It was pretty strange. And they used to say, back to action, or they'd do something very small and they kind of detour what they were originally doing. Let's say if use Billy for an example. Let's say there was a big, strong monster running down the street and they couldn't defeat him, and Billy would defect and go into a laboratory and try to figure out how to defeat him. And all the monsters, the monsters go back to Lord Zed compound or Rita compound, and the Rangers go to high school and all trying to figure out what's going on. They got other personal lives and stuff like this they're trying to get to, and all of a sudden they get back and the show is complete. Or they just split it into 3 parts. It's like, come on now, really, come on, really, you telling me that you cannot do that anymore? I think Dino Charge done it a couple times, but we never barely get 3-part shows. We don't even get that. I mean, and the thing is, they say, oh well, it's 20 episodes. You get 40 episodes. You get 40 episodes altogether, but you get 20 a year. That could be good or bad. I think, and a lot of people are going to sit there and say this, but Samurai had done it the best. I think Samurai and Megaforce done it the best when it came to those, because I liked how they left with the little cliffhangers. I'm sorry, I know that's just me. I like how they came up with the cliffhangers where you had to kind of wait until the next, so we also follow along. But the only thing I hated about Megaforce was the Super Megaforce nonsense. I still to this day hate it. I mean, yes, they also had these old Ranger keys and stuff, and now that the Hasbro's connecting the ninjas, the sphere, if I'm not even saying it right. That's pretty bad. I'm a Power Ranger fan. I can't remember nothing barely out of the show sometimes. It's pretty bad. You have the ninja sphere, or not sphere, or you know what I'm talking about. It's late, and turn around, and now they actually that has importance now. That's awesome. That has importance. Hopefully Hasbro can pull some stuff out of Megaforce. Well, excuse me, Super Megaforce. I think Megaforce covered all the bases. Super Megaforce got a lot of holes, and I'm gonna tell you why Megaforce have covered a lot of bases. There's nothing you really could do out of Megaforce. If you seen Ghost Sagers, you would know exactly why. There was a little things that could have added. They had the Yuma Beast. You had the War Star. You had the Machine Empire, which was what was his name? Vrock, which I can't remember his original name in Ghost Sagers. Then you had Prince Vakar. That where he took place more in the Gokaiger. And it's funny because Gokaiger and Ghost Sagers went together. Of course they went together because Gokaiger was legitly the past Rangers, right? Well, it just, hopefully Hasbro can tie loose ends up with Super Megaforce and go into its bits. But Saban could have done that himself. I mean, I know he did the pirate, and it wasn't just, I'm not going to just say him. It was the writers and producers. All these people was to blame for that. Didn't have no explanations of the pirate suit. Just jumped right to pirate suits and said, okay, here's a pirate suit. At least when the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers went to ninjas, it actually made a lot of sense, you know. you like you went from Mega Force to a pirate theme, and that really was wrong. They should just had to skip the whole pirate stuff. And what they should have did, what they should have done, and then this could have actually saved Mega Force. I'm telling you, if they would have just ditched the pirates. Now, what they could have done, they could have used two Rangers. They could have used the Pirate Red, and they could have used the Pirate Orion, and they could. And Ryan was great with being the sixth Ranger. The Red Ranger also could have been from Gokaiger, could have been a seventh Ranger or something like that. And just like kind of just exclusive, just break them up. Don't even add pink and yellow and all that other stuff. Just use Gokaiger Red and Gokaiger Silver and just call them the exclusive exclusive Rangers. I don't know, but you didn't have to use the rest of that, and they could have made up some stuff of why. They could have been the ones to give the Rangers to activate those keys, and they can get the past powers. Whatever. I don't know. We still talking about this. I don't know how 8 years, 9 years, 10 years later. But yeah. So, but I don't know. I got way off track. But yeah, Netflix hopefully picked up Power Rangers could be a blessing in disguise for this series. And a lot of people going to say, oh no, I say it's time because it's the app era. I think that was kind of coincide my video what I was talking about yesterday about Cartoon Network is falling hard. And I think that Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon all realize, hey, we're not gonna put none of these certain shows on our channel anymore. We're probably gonna go straight Tyler, which is dumb. They could still use their channels for promotion, and play the shows and then dump them on Netflix. I think that's a good idea. But now, you have a lot of good shows on Netflix now. You can come up with your own Saturday morning lineups. Hell, I do every Saturday when I'm at work. When I'm at work, I actually have my line. Sometimes some of my hours changes here and there because depending on the job I'm doing. But if I'm doing my normal routine jobs, 8 o'clock, I always kick it off with Power Rangers first, and then I go down a list of. I cleared through Yu-Gi-Oh! I need to go back and do Digimon Fusion again. I love Digimon Fusion. I remember when I first seen Digimon Fusion when it came out in 2015. I liked it, but I didn't like it because I was so hung up on the adventures, And when I actually sat down and gave I think it was last year, 2 years ago, Digimon Fusion another chance. Woo! That's a good show. That's a good show, man. I think that is up there with the adventures. Only thing that I killed me with Digimon when they used those little robots and it throws it off a little bit. But man, once you understand what that robot was there for, and he was the plug to all the other Digimon, they could do all these fusions and stuff. Man, that kicks some butt right there, man. That's some fine Digimon show. If you've never seen Digimon Fusion, give that a try. Oh, and Del Toro Quest, I'll be getting on that. I'll be getting definitely on Del Toro Quest. Somebody made a reference about that show. I've seen Del Toro Quest, but I want to re-see it before I'm not giving it a review. I'm just kind of be talking like this, like, hey, give it a shot, blah, blah, blah. But I'm going to rewatch it. Leaf and Jasmine. And I think that I can never forget that. I can never forget. I can never remember, which I did forget his name. I think his name was Barter or something like that. I can't think of his name, but I'm gonna rewatch it. It's on YouTube. If nobody had ever seen Del Toro Quest, it's on YouTube. They have I think the sub had 65 and the English had 52. I think the sub got more, and I think they cut it to dub. I never understood why, but yeah. But Power Rangers coming to Netflix. Yes, this is a good idea. Do it. It needs to be done. And so yeah. So it needs to be done. It's the era of the app, so respect that. You know what I'm saying? And if people can cuss and do all this and talk about you're an idiot and blah 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 blah, I'll be very disappointed if Power Rangers don't go to Netflix. Kind of would be. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if it's not gonna end the world, but I'll be disappointed. I'll still support it and watch it. And it's not even about being too kiddie. I mean, it is kind of a little too childish. And I did not realize how many older people watch Power Rangers. You know, it's a lot of people who actually invested their time into this. It just give the people what they want. You know, they want a good, solid show, and Power Rangers should stop being devalued as a Barney show, because it's not. It's not a Sesame Street Barney show. This is nearly like Marvel quality if done right. Transformers and Power Rangers fit like a glove. I mean, and I'll talk about that in another video, because I want to talk about the action figures and stuff like that. I'm gonna definitely get to that. But this video kind of got a little too long, because it's gonna take a long time to sink down. I don't want that long. But anyway, yeah. See you guys later. See you in the next video. Peace out.